Sheriff Evans, in thinking about an unprecedented fifth term, what would you present to the voters as a reason why you should be given another term in office?
I guess the biggest reason would be my track record. You know, I've been proven and tested, and Calvert County is the safest county in Maryland. Serious crime is down over 50% in the last 8 years. And besides that, I love my job. I'm very visible to the citizens, very available. I just love what I'm doing. I still have the calling of being law enforcement, and I work out hard to stay in good shape, to set a good example, and I believe I'm doing a good job.
This is Sheriff Mike Evans. He's running for a fifth term in Calvert County as sheriff, and the question on this time is for Sheriff Evans. Can you tell us how many times your deputies have administered Naxalong, how many overdoses you've had in Calvert County, and how many of them have been fatal?
So far this year, in the first 4 months, there have been 45 overdoses, 6 of which have been fatal. We've probably admitted, we call it Narcan, probably about 80% of the time. I don't have the exact numbers, but we're at least administering 1 or 2 doses per patient. And then we're seeing the numbers actually seeing a decline. If the numbers continue as they are right now, we'll see a 25% reduction in overdoses and a 45% reduction in fatals for 2018. So the trending is trending down.
Do you have any idea why the trend is going down?
I would like to say there's a lot of reasons. The way things happen in the jail. Jail was doing the detention center is doing a great job with reentry programs. Drug court is helping. The fact that every overdose patient is being seen at the hospital as an emergency evaluation, and the fact that we're making more drug arrests and taking more drugs off the street.
How about interception of drugs from doctors to patients?
That is, the prescription pill issue is really slowed down. Our main issue now is heroin.
Okay. Sheriff Evans, can you explain more about the structure of your department, how many deputies you have and civilian employees, and in corrections?
In the sheriff's office, we have authorized 130 sworn deputy sheriffs, plus 15 to 17 contract deputies that work in the courthouse and serve civil process. 106 total in the sheriff's office, so you can deduce those numbers for the civilians. In the detention center, 98 employees, about 75 correctional officers, the rest are civilian.
How many incidents of contraband do you have coming in? Is it very often in the jail, or?
It's not very often, and it's when it does happen, we're quick to find it and take action and charge the person.
Is it more associated with work release programs?
Yes, it is. That's correct.
Okay.
And people coming in on serving on weekends.
Right. Okay. Sheriff, could you tell the reader or the viewer about your experience with dash cams, body cams, and especially the exciting adventures on Live PD?
Almost every patrol car has a dash cam, and recently every deputy in the field, every deputy in patrol has a body camera. We have about 80 body cameras. And most of that money came from the revenue from the speed cameras in the school zones. So that money is being put to good use. Live PD was an experiment that I thought went very well with Calvert County. I think the deputies were portrayed in a positive light. They showed less crime in Calvert County. There were a few exciting episodes with a couple chases here and a couple barricaded subjects, but overall, if you compare it to the other counties across the country, it was a very kind of boring episodes. And that's what I was hoping the citizens would see. They would see the deputies in a professional light. They handled people very well. And it was a good 6-month experiment portraying our deputies on Live PD.
Would you bring them back again?
I have not thought about that yet.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sheriff. Sheriff, the recent incidents of the murder at Great Mills High School and a child bringing an 8-year-old bringing a gun to school at Park Hall Elementary School in St. Mary's County. Can you describe what you're doing to make the schools safe in Calvert County and what you would like to do?
Well, we currently have 5 deputies assigned to our schools, 4 deputies, 1 at each high school, and a supervisor. I asked for additional deputies for school safety for the next budget cycle, and I've been told I have 3 deputies approved, and those 3 deputies will split the 6 middle schools in Calvert County. When the incident happened in St. Mary's County, I immediately put a deputy or a trooper in every school in Calvert County for about 10 days. Since then, we've had to break that down to a random patrol checks by overtime deputies, and also deputies working patrol and troopers working patrol. It just got too expensive. But if there's any kind of sense of security issues at our schools, we respond immediately.
Sheriff Mike Evans is running for a 5th term as Calvert County Sheriff, and every year he has to designate a lot of resources to handling the annual opening of the Tiki Bar. Tiki Bar is an opening this year. Sheriff, what are you doing with the money that you have allocated for that?
Well, we use that money and more on school safety, especially after the incident in St. Mary's County. We'll probably be over budget this year in total budget because of school safety issues and the way we put our deputies and troopers in the county. But it's money well spent. And
what's the impact on the economy in Solomon's Island this year without the Tiki Bar? I mean, what do you think will happen?
I haven't heard one way or the other. I mean, the restaurants are there; they're flourishing as far as I know, and I guess the summer will tell.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sheriff. We're Sheriff Mike Evans in Calvert County, running for a 5th term, and in his patrol car, he's in Prince Frederick today. Sheriff, you have 2 opponents in the Republican primary. How do you feel your leadership is a better way to lead the Calvert County Sheriff's Department than of your opponents?
I guess the biggest difference right now is the fact that one of my opponents and I have worked together for 20 years. We worked with the deputies in the courthouse, and I recently got the support, overwhelming support from the FOP, who worked with both of us. So that's saying something. The fact as this man said he was running for sheriff again, in those 4 years, he's done nothing to learn more about the sheriff's office. Hasn't come to any CompStat, hasn't done any volunteer work with Shop with a Cop, hasn't asked any questions, hasn't had any suggestions. We're always looking for people to come up with the ideas, how to best handle this opiate, how to save lives. If he's got the magic answer for saving lives and he's saved that for 4 years, shame on him. I think the record speaks for itself. We're moving in the right direction. Things are going well. Citizen complaints are down. The deputies need to be paid more, and we're working on that. But overall working conditions, I think, are very well in Calvert County.
Great. Thank you.